What's up, guys? So, Kung Fu Panda 4 is the fourth film in the Kung Fu Panda series. And look, this DreamWorks series has been one of DreamWorks' best properties. I would say Kung Fu Panda is better than How to Train Your Dragon. I would say this and Shrek are the best DreamWorks franchises. Then you have How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon 3, I have to rewatch it, but it just wasn't great for me. The first two are great. The third one was a big step down. And then you got the Madagascar films, which I haven't seen in a while, but I have fond memories of. But yeah, this and Shrek for me. Shrek has 4 movies. This has 4 movies, and there's rumors of a Shrek 5 coming out as soon as next year. I don't know if I believe that because the CinemaCon thing for Universal just went on, and I didn't see anything about Shrek 5. And if that was coming out next year, I think we would know about it. But I think they said The Bad Guys 2 is coming out either next year or 26. Regardless, we'll see what happens with that. The Bad Guys, by the way, could turn out to be one of their stronger franchises as well. So Kung Fu Panda 4, it follows Po on his continuing journey as a dragon warrior finding himself. The first film, he becomes a dragon warrior and gets the courage to stand on his own 2 feet. The second film, he learns inner peace and more about his past. The third film, he learns the chi and how to control chi, and he gets the staff from Oogway in the spirit realm. And now in the fourth film, he has to pass on what he has learned. He has to find a successor to be the dragon warrior and take Oogway's place as the protector of peace or whatever in the world he has to do. Whatever Oogway was, he has to take Oogway's place, as none of that is Shifu's destiny. Shifu's just a great teacher. So, look, this film has gotten okay reviews. So I was kind of worried going into it. Now, I've only seen Kung Fu Panda 3 once leading up to today, where we've been rewatching the Kung Fu Panda films. Today we watched 3 and 4. So 3, from what I remember, it's an extreme improvement. Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3 are all 4.5 out of 5-star films for me. I love this series. Kung Fu Panda 1, I think, is my favorite. I have it at 4.5 because not all the humor works for me. Some of it does, but I think some of the humor doesn't hit. The second film, the same thing. Not all the humor hits for me. I think the story, though, and the writing is really good. Kung Fu Panda 3, I think, has the best humor of all the movies, including the fourth one. But the only thing that didn't work for me is the scenes that when Po is learning how to be a panda. That kind of dragged for me. But the rest of it, loved. And if we're talking about Kung Fu Panda villains, Kai from the third film, I mean, him and Ian McShane, his character from the first one, Tai Lung. I've got them tied neck and neck for my favorite villain. Shen, I love Shen as well, but he's just, I mean, he's straight evil. I mean, he's sadistic, he's evil. I think Tai Lung has the best story of any of the villains, but Kai is a badass. And Hans Zimmer's score and theme for Kai, adds on to my enjoyment of that character. Every time he's on the screen, I loved it. I think he's awesome. So, great villains. Now, the fourth film, let's talk about the fourth film. That was kind of my thoughts on the first 3 films. So, Kung Fu Panda 4, you've got a new villain in the Chameleon who can take shape of the villains that Po has fought in the past, not just in the films, but other villains that he's fought as he has been the Dragon Warrior that we haven't seen on screen. The one that they give most of the spotlight to is Tai Lung. You're bringing in McShane back for a few lines, which was nice. But the other two, like, you see glimpses of Lord Shen and Kai, but they don't speak. So it was kind of disappointing. But what they do with Tai Lung, didn't mind it. I liked it. I thought that it was cool, and I think the chameleon is the weakest Kung Fu Panda villain, but I've seen worse villains. She's not terrible. She's played by Viola Davis, and she's terrific, sounding, the voice. I mean, Viola Davis did a terrific job. It's just the writing. You don't really know what she's gonna like, what she wants to do until basically the latter half of the film, where it's like, okay, and it was just kind of underwhelming. Didn't really care for that storyline. She wanted to be a kung fu master or something, but they told her that she was too small. That's one of the things they told her. She's too small. Seth Rogen plays the mantis, he could fit on your hand. So that is kind of dumb. Why that was even written in the movie, but regardless, she's good. But the story overall of Poe having to go with Aquafina's character Zhang, I believe that's her name, which is like you got a Lord Shang and you got a Zhang, a Shang and a Zhang. Why'd you name her that? Couldn't you give her another name? It just sounds too close to Shang, to Shen. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But there's a scene where Viola Davis calls out Zhang, and I'm thinking she says Zhen. It was too confusing. But after you get over that, the story's just a little underwhelming. The previous films, Poe really goes on an emotional journey. In this film, he's got to pass on the rank as Dragon Warrior. And by the end of the film, he has to choose that successor. He doesn't, I don't think, give it away in this movie. So when the film ends, I think he still is the Dragon Warrior. He just has to choose that successor. Look, it's extremely predictable. The movie's the most predictable of the films. It's the least exciting of the films. Didn't really care for the action. I think the animation was nice. I think the score was good, which all the movies have great score that Hans Zimmer does. It's just the film was a little underwhelming. It wasn't as strong as the other three, but this is a good movie still. I don't think it's a bad movie. By the time it ended and the story wrapped up, I was satisfied. And there's things that happened throughout, especially in the third act of the movie, that I said, I like that choice. I like that story choice. Made sense. So also you got Ke Huy Quan, who's got a small role in this, and I think he should have been in the movie more. He was terrific in the 2 minutes that he has in the film. So, yeah. And Dustin Hoffman, I don't know how old he is, but you can tell his voice is getting up there. So, yeah, that's where we're at. And the Furious Five, not in the movie, didn't bug me. Didn't bug me. It says, yeah, they're off doing their own thing. They don't need to be there 24/7. It's okay. So I didn't mind that. This is the story of Poe going on his journey with Aquafina's character. So who I think is fine. And by the end of the film, I like that character. And Aquafina didn't bug me in this movie. Like, she plays so many, animated voices lately, and it's like kind of getting repetitive. But here, she was good. She wasn't bad. So they don't really play her for the comedic relief in the film. And even if they did, I don't think any of the comedy of the movie was great. I might have chuckled twice. So it's got the worst comedy of the series, but in the end of the day, it's still not a bad movie. Still a good movie. And I would definitely watch it again. And if they do another one, I'm in. I mean, I'm still in. I still really enjoy the series. So Kung Fu Panda 4, I'm going to give it a 4. 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was good. Not as good as the first 3, which are great, but still good. Comment down below. Did you see Kung Fu Panda 4? It's available on digital now. I'm definitely going to be picking this up on 4K, which I'm excited to do so and own it in the collection. Leave your thoughts on the film down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got a bunch of reviews coming in the future. We've got Sydney Sweeney in Immaculate. That's hitting digital next week. Also, Arthur the King hitting digital soon. Late Night with the Devil. Very excited for all this. And what's the next time I'm going to be going out to see a new release in the theater? Look, we've got a 1-year-old at home, so it's hard to be able to do that. That's why we're waiting to catch these on digital. Can't get out to the movie theater as much as I would like to. So, what's the next film we'll be seeing in the theater? I'm not sure. We'll see. Yeah, guys, you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingArises131. Thank you so much for watching my review for Kung Fu Panda 4. And until next time, over and out.